Maine is supposed to be the way life should be. And it's not the way life should be anymore. It's too hard for people. Seems like every decision made over the last 7 years was the wrong decision. Wrong for Maine families. Wrong for people trying to make a living. Wrong for our kids in the schools. Wrong for our seniors. And wrong for just about everywhere that Maine needs to go. But we can fix this. We can turn this around. I am not a politician. I'm first a husband, a father, and a businessman. I never graduated college. I've been on unemployment. I've been on food stamps. But I still managed to run several big companies. One, I built from scratch to 500 locations, over $1 billion in revenue, and I created 15,000 jobs. So I know how to figure it out. I grew up here, my wife grew up here. Maine's just not what it used to be. There was a Nissan factory in Biddeford, Maine, where we had 500 employees. The union was arguing with the corporation. And you could tell if you had a business background that that wasn't going to end well. And then 3 weeks later, that company went out of business. 500 people lost their jobs, and I guarantee nobody followed up on those families to see if they were placed in new jobs or how they were transitioning their careers. And that's the point I said, that's not how government's supposed to work. Government's supposed to care about people, it's supposed to get in there, do the business they need to do, and not stop until they make sure things are right. And that's when I decided I need to get into government, and now's the time.
Maine means everything to our family. It's a beautiful place to live. The people are wonderful, they're kind. I think at this point people are getting a little frustrated.
There's a lot of people in the state right now that are really at their breaking point. We've got 430,000 people that require state health care. And if they make minimum wage or a basic income, they're gonna lose their benefits. We've got 100,000 Mainers right now who can't even afford their electric bill. We've got senior citizens who have to choose between prescription drugs and groceries. We have the highest level of drug overdoses and drug-related deaths that the state's really ever seen. There needs to be a bridge for these folks to continue to improve their opportunities and keep their benefits. I don't think people in the state believe that government really cares about them anymore, and we need to bring that back and make sure government is 100% committed to the people. No objectives, no ambition, no ego. That's what we need to do.
Ben doesn't need to be the governor of the state of Maine. In fact, he often says that he has a really great life. He's just a genuine guy who feels like he has something to offer the state and he wants to fix problems. And that's what we need. We need someone who will fix problems.
We always tried to raise him to be good and kind and fair and all the things that any parent wants for their child.
Anybody that knows Ben knows his whole heart is built around helping people.
In government, every dollar you take, there's someone on the other end of that. And every dollar you spend, there's someone on the other end of that. So you have to really look through that, get input from all parties, focus on your strategy, your tactics, and your timing. And if you did something wrong, course correct very quickly because you're dealing with people. And if you put those types of efficiency into government, you're going to be very surprised on how fast people in this state are going to be able to take a breath, get their feet underneath them, see that things are moving in the right direction, and then it's only up from there. Having the business experience that I have is a tremendous benefit to the role of governor in the state. I ran a very complex business, 500 locations across 48 states. We had 3 million members, 15,000 team members, which were all jobs we created because this business was built from scratch. Not to mention, we had operations in 6 countries. The state is a very complex operation as well. So if you have the business acumen, the experience with customer service, operating excellence, you can easily transport those skills into government, which you don't always get. Sometimes you just get politicians who's been mirrored in the process for year after year after year, and they're kind of boxed into their thinking. So when you bring outside thinking from the business world into government, you can find more efficiencies, you can get to the right answers quickly, and then you can come up with some great outcomes. Our schools need a lot of help. We've had a complete ideological shift at the top of the educational infrastructure in the state of Maine, and that goes through many, many different layers, well beyond the Commissioner of Education. So we need some fundamental change to get back to basics in the schools, support the needs that teachers have, adequately resource those schools, get those test scores up, and prepare our kids for a more successful future, maybe one where they're going to get a career and they're going to stay in Maine too. Wouldn't that be different?
I think the issues that matter to our generation, I think support ourselves and our families, and just in general be able to afford normal things, because a lot of things are going up in prices.
The electricity, the gas, all that type of stuff, that's ridiculously high. If we could get that down, that would be amazing.
I want Maine to have a future where we can truly be people.
We have one of the lowest average incomes in the country, but we have the highest increase in energy in the country. Not only that, we're going to have one of the highest increases in insurance, and you can go down the list. And those things are happening because we have bad policy. So when we get sound decision making, you're going to see sound results, and it's going to help you succeed in the state better than you ever have before. The difference in my style of leadership from a career politician is it's not about the politics. It's about getting to the right outcome. Do right, do good. That is the biggest difference. So if you're an elected official, you need to be in the communities that you're serving, not leading, but serving, so you understand what people are really dealing with. And then you make the best moves and the best decisions with everyone else in government that helps everybody become enchanted with what you're doing and engaged to the point that they understand that you care. And then maybe someday, ultimately, politics will be boring for people again because they know now that politicians are doing the job that they're supposed to do.
As people learn about his background and about his vision, experience an ounce of his energy, we're going to see a lot of people come on board.
I truly believe that Ben is the guy who's going to get us out of this mess. I think he has the skill set. I think he has the vision.
The only thing I care about is taking care of people in Maine. I will break my back for the people of Maine. Just try me.